Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I have an amendment at the desk, and I'd ask unanimous consent that the amendment be considered as read.
Without objection, so ordered.
I don't have to tell my colleagues here, some of whom ride Metro every day to and from work, the hundreds of thousands of federal employees, millions of tourists every year, that the system, WMATA, has been plagued with safety, performance, and management issues. In fact, just the last several days, the Department of Transportation announced that the FTA is going to take over oversight of the WMATA system. And of course, this follows and has happened in this committee, National Transportation Safety Board recommendations following tragic and deadly accidents on the system, 11 investigations over the last 33 years. What my amendment does is it gives the Secretary of the U.S. Department of Transportation the authority to appoint the 4 federal members to the Washington Metropolitan Area Transit Authority Board. Currently, for whatever reason that I haven't been able to discern, the General Services Administration has this sole authority and shares oversight responsibilities of the federal board members with U.S. DOT. My amendment seeks to consolidate the oversight within the Department of Transportation where it seems reasonably that it should be. The WMATA board actually determines the agency's policies and provides oversight for the funding, operation, and expansion of transit facilities. And of course, as we know, there's a huge federal responsibility, as there should be, for the WMATA system. It serves federal employees and serves people from every single jurisdiction in this country as they visit Washington, D.C. I've worked with Senator Barbara Mikulski on this issue, and she's introduced a bill in the Senate that's co-sponsored by all 3 local senators, Cardin, Warner, and Kane. From various conversations that we've had, the Secretary of Transportation, Secretary Fox, is aware of the issue and is supportive of the Department of Transportation taking over that role of appointing board members and then having the jurisdiction and oversight over those appointments. The General Services Administration has stated, I quote, "This was never in our wheelhouse." And WMATA doesn't oppose the change. So no one would think this was that this was difficult to do. It should be a no-brainer, done and done. Unfortunately, not so fast. I understand that this issue actually falls under another committee's jurisdiction. I don't even think all of us knew that. And so I want a commitment from the chair and the ranking member to work with me, my colleague, Ms. Comstock, and of course our colleague, Ms. Holmes-Norton, on this issue as we try to get approval from Chairman Chaffetz and Ranking Member Cummings from the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee. And I've already discussed the issue with the Ranking Member Cummings on this question. And so it would be great to have this bill as it goes to the floor or accepted as a floor amendment as we work together. It really does not make any sense for the system, for the Department of Transportation and the FTA to have now authority over the and jurisdiction over the oversight so that we can get the WMATA system functioning as it should for the safety of its commuters and users, but not to have the vesting of the authority to appoint board members within the Department of Transportation. And I think Ms. Comstock and Ms. Holmes-Norton want to speak on the issue as I understand. And then I would ask the chairman if I could have unanimous consent to withdraw the amendment so that we can work on getting this in as we finally go to the floor.
Without objection, so ordered to withdraw the amendment. I appreciate the gentlelady's concern about safety and doing something to make sure that it improves. Did Ms. Comstock, did you want to be